It's your boy Dustin from the Flying Chairs, the Rise podcast, and today, oh shit, you won't believe it. I got Lindsay here, and this girl is the shit. I ran across her on Facebook, and I saw that she's a psychic medium and she's a UFO enthusiast. I was like, she might have to be on my podcast to talk about herself, because I was like, very living vicariously through her. I was like, this is awesome. And I see that you're very you're out there, you're doing your thing, you're a star seed, and I love it. I just love having people like yourself on my show and just hear their backstory. So, can you tell everybody where you grew up and how you found yourself doing what you're doing?
Right on. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just getting myself out there now. I guess it's been a while. I've been kind of hiding, if you will,
Yeah.
just like experiencing things. But I grew up in Toronto. I was
Oh,
born in the US. I was born in Flint, but
oh,
I was raised in Toronto since I was 2 years old. I'm 43 now. And yeah, and then I moved out to Vancouver in Canada about, I don't know, 11 years ago now or something.
that's so
I
cool.
keep losing track. But yeah, I was kind of following my spiritual journey through chronic illness. I was really sick in Toronto. I've
Oh,
been sick my whole life. So that's actually
oh,
how I woke up. But yeah, I was really, really, really sick. I had severe chronic illnesses like bulimia, anorexia. I was always sick with like strep throat. I had pneumonia, I had bronchitis, I had asthma. I got cancer around like 29. Well, I had
oh,
it prior, but I found out like around 29 that it was really, yeah, it was getting bad.
oh, man.
Yeah, it was, so I've been through a lot of shit. And yeah, and then I had to go to like special eating disorder therapy for my bulimia anorexia. And I kind of woke up to like yoga and meditation and
Mm.
nutrition. And, I started to learn more about, and then realizing about all my emotions were being suppressed. And I was just suppressing all my trauma and everything like that. And that's also why the cancer was growing. And also, I had other issues with viruses and stuff like this. So it was like a combination of heavy metals. And I was actually autistic. I was autistic until about 7 years ago. I reversed it.
Whoa.
So it's a fun story. Yeah, yeah, it's a big thing. And so through the awakenings, like the constant awakenings of like moving into a fruit diet, raising my frequency, learning about frequencies, learning about quantum physics through my
Yes.
awakening and through my yogic journey. And it's like the more I meditated, the more I connected to myself and my soul and like who I really was. And
Mm.
I never knew who I was for my whole life until around hit the age around 29 and then 30 and 31 and 32 and then 33 is when I really felt like it all came online. And then that was about 10 years ago. And that's when I moved out to Vancouver to study more yogic practices like Kundalini and nutrition and
Yes.
going
Yeah.
through. And then yeah, right. And then I discovered Anthony William, who's a medical medium. He is
Mm.
the medical medium. He's like
Cool.
the shit. Like you've got to check him out.
Okay.
He's I read all his books. I did everything he said because I've been through every like nutrition program and I've tried every diet and I was trying to figure out what was best for my health and what was going to keep me going and keep me feeling young and keep me feeling healthy and then so when I started doing his stuff is when I really woke up and then all my psychic gifts started to come stronger and like I'm trying to
Oh,
shorten it but there's a lot
yeah.
of stories in there. um like I remember the first time I had like I started a fruit diet where I would just eat fruit and salad and vegetables and like some nuts and seeds. And I think I had some beans here and there, but mainly it was just fruit. And I was just like seeing angels in the room. And I knew
Hmm.
I wasn't tripping out because my cats were seeing them too, because my cats would
Oh,
trail what
yeah.
I was seeing. And
Oh.
so I was like, and they were like, it was like sparkly. And then I was getting all these downloads and I would wherever I went, like if I went on YouTube and I was watching something, I would just be like, they were handing me things. They were just like, here, watch this video, here, watch
Mm.
that video. And so it was very like in alignment, it was very synchronistic. And I was doing a lot of Kundalini yoga. You heard of
Hmm.
Kundalini
Yep.
yoga?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you practice it? Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it. No, we had a few guests that actually teach it and stuff like that. So it's pretty
Mhm.
interesting to hear
Cool.
the depth in that. But no, it's really cool.
Yeah,
I've
it
never
woke me
done
up
it.
so hard.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, when you do it, like it awakens the third eye and the crown. It balances all the chakras and it kind of like gives you more energy and power and it expands your aura out. So It's like very protective. It's very, very relaxing to the nervous system because the more relaxed we are in the nervous system, the more we can receive. Like
Mm.
that's how I started to realize I was psychic, but I didn't know I was psychic, honestly, fully until a couple years ago. And my
Okay.
friends and my mom and my like friends were like, "Yeah, I knew you were. I knew you this whole time." And I'm like, "Really? Why didn't you tell me?" But then I connected to being a medium as well. Yeah, just a couple years ago
Oh,
when
cool.
yeah, and I became a Kundalini yoga teacher. So I am a yoga therapist and I have studied with really cool people like Gurmukh and Gloria Latham is my main teacher. And I still go to yoga practices like Yoga West in Vancouver regularly now these days. And I practice every day on my own. It's like a
That's awesome.
constant thing I've never stopped doing in my life. Yeah, it's like my anchor. And it really helps me, but I've included more spiritual practices. Like I'm a holistic nutritionist, I'm an exercise therapist, I'm also a professional like aerialist. I used to perform as a circus artist,
No,
and
really?
yeah, and all this stuff helps. Like it all helps my
Yeah,
practice.
I
Tunes
bet
me
you
up.
just, like what you said before, it's a total flip of a coin of like, of how you really want to like get better. And once you did,
Hmm.
it all opened up. Like you just said, like your maybe
Yeah.
another chakra, your third eye is just like, okay, now we're gonna wake up and we're gonna show you who you really
Hmm.
are. That's
Who
very
can?
interesting.
Yeah.
And it's
What
like a lot
can?
of things like stress and other things kind of like get us sick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got so sick one time I almost died. I had
Wow.
encephalitis.
Oh, no.
I had it was mono that turned it into encephalitis because it was
Right.
so like I remember when I was not diagnosed yet and I was just like hallucinating at home. I look in the mirror and there'd be like a rainbow ball in my corner of my eye just flying around. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And
Whoa.
then apparently one day I must have had a seizure on the top of the stairs and I fell all the way downstairs and my friend that was coming over, thank God he was on his way over, found me on the ground. He's like, "What the hell, dude?" And he like gets me up. I'm all fucked up.
Oh.
And and
Oh.
then my uncle happened to stop by, and he's a nurse at the UW here in Wisconsin. And he's like taking my vitals. Like,
Wow.
"We got to get you to the hospital, bro." And like, yeah, that's when they found out.
Mm.
Like, well, I was really fucked up when I was in the hospital.
Right.
Uh, it's so crazy what the brain does when it's like
Hmm.
hyped up on the sickness. Like encephalitis is a swelling of water that builds up in my head and it made
Yeah.
me hallucinate. And like, I couldn't stop moving my body like this. I was just clenching. And when I
Oh,
got to the ER, they thought I was on drugs. So they brought a drug
right.
counselor. And they're like, when you tell your
Like,
parents what you did today, I'm like, I didn't do any drugs today. I swear. You know?
just
And it was
high
like,
on viruses.
the most trippy part about that was it was like a truth serum. Like,
Hmm.
um, I was there in the ER with my parents, and I could not control my mouth. My brain was fighting whatever was like
Hmm.
trying to like come out of my mouth, but my mouth was just rapid
Interesting.
fire, and it was telling my parents about my sex life and other
Wow.
bizarre sexual fetishes. I like this weird ass. Like, I'm like,
It was like it
what
all had to
time
come
of
out
day
now.
would you ever say this to your parents? Like in my own head, like, shut the fuck up. What are you doing? But it's like
That's insane.
it was such a weird battle in my own head. Like it's almost like a
Hmm.
third, and you're almost like a third party, like seeing yourself doing like it's such a weird. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Your brain is gnarly. Let me tell you that when it's all
Yeah.
jacked. My
It's
God. Yeah. Sorry.
feel
Sorry.
you. No, yeah, no, thanks for sharing that. That's messed up. Yeah, we all have a story to tell with life here because it's difficult. We can't just run through life healthy. And if we do, this planet's so messed up. Like there's so much toxins, there's heavy metals, there's viruses, there's mold, and there's DDT, and there's all kinds of different bacteria, and they're always putting out new strains, and like they release these viruses. So these viruses are created in laboratories and they're released on the public.
Yeah.
And that's what I discovered. And so they're doing this to us on purpose too. So they're always trying to screw us up. They're always trying to screw with our brains so that we're always like, not knowing who we are and we can't figure life out and we have to be slaves to the system. So yeah, it's fascinating and it's really
Wow.
powerful when you can kind of overcome that.
Yeah. Well, again, like the Epstein files really opened the floodgates about like all the conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? We have reptiles eating shape-shifting reptiles that are in our politics that are eating babies and drinking their adrenochrome and all this
Uh,
other crazy shit to stay alive for all a million years.
yeah, all of our like,
Like, what the
where
fuck?
are all the missing children? Oh, where's everyone going? It's like, duh. It's like
What
there. It's
meat are
not
you
just
eating at
this.
McDonald's?
Yeah. Oh my God, when I
They're
woke
just
up
like
to that.
feeding it back to us.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, some people still don't believe me, but like I've even seen, I think there's some people who have had the reports done on the meat
Yeah,
and they've found the DNA. So it's like
human DNA
it's
in it.
undeniable. You just have to look at the evidence.
Unless
It's
everybody's jacking off on
insane.
the meat thing.
Oh, that's
That's the
there's probably some. There's probably some for sure.
that's some demon shit right there. No, that's
No, but it's true. Like our world is run by evil
hmm
mainly, and we are the minority. And as star seeds, I've realized I woke up to it in the last couple of years. We're here on a mission to help awaken everyone and help people through this transition and make the world a better place. But we're outnumbered, so we need to wake
Sure.
up. We need to wake up more people, and this is important. Podcasts like yours are so important because we need people to know that there is reality beyond the mainstream version of the reality, which is just a bunch of made up shit, just to control us, just to
Yes.
keep us dumb so we don't know what's
Yeah,
really going on.
you're right.
And they keep
And
playing their stupid games.
people's got to fucking realize that Earth is the Disneyland of the galaxy, and that makes more sense than anything. There's so much shit here. We got Bigfoot, we got Loch Ness monsters, we got real people eating people.
Exactly. Exactly. It's crazy. And I've
Uh,
experienced through my awakening and the more I started connecting to spirit. So I work with the light beings, right?
oh,
So I
cool.
don't work with the darkness.
Okay.
But I specialize in clearing that stuff. So I can see a lot of the darkness on people, like if it's demons, I can see reptilian attachments, I can see
Mm.
mantid attachments, insectoids, collective hive beings. I've just discovered, what is it called? I forget what they're called now, but some kind of bee race. Like just constantly discovering like negative energy all over the place when I clear people in my work and just in my family and friends and personal life and all that too, because I'm always
Sure.
doing it. It's a 24/7 thing. I'm not just like, I live this.
This is
Um,
awesome.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So even I've discovered on a different level and I'm still trying to understand it because I'm still like, I guess I'd be a noob at this because it's only been a couple years of me working like this, right? So I'm still
Sure.
discovering like what does this mean and what am I capable of and what are my powers and what am I supposed to be doing with all of this information. But yeah, I've been making lists of like everything I've found, and there's what we call demons back in the day were called derms.
hmm
um and so I learned that, and that was through Anthony Williams. There's a book called Angels, Demons, and Spiritual Tools. Highly recommend. It's an audiobook. Listen
hmm
to that if you want to know the truth about at least part of the truth, like the truth, but part of the bigger picture of what we're up against. But he doesn't get into reptilians and stuff like that. But I've definitely been noticing those obviously in the government and yeah, it's been crazy. So experiencing on a personal level, like I see when somebody's like, let's say you're in an argument with somebody
hmm
and um you might be like, let's say you're a couple, okay, this is I get a lot of because I work a lot with couples and also being my personal life understanding this too, like you could be just happy all 1 second and then you get triggered.
hmm
um Somebody says something you didn't like or whatever, or triggers something from your trauma or your past, and then you have a feeling and emotion, a negative one. You're like angry or you're frustrated or you're sad, or all of a sudden something happens. I can see a person switch like that. Like as soon as that negative energy comes on, I can see the attachment like coming in and like attaching to that negative emotion. So it's like a magnet. So it attracts negative entities, not all the time, but a lot of the time. It does. Like demons, especially for me, because they don't like me because I'm doing good in the world. So they want to attack me any way they can. So if someone around me has negative emotion, then the demon will be like, oop, opportunity, and they'll come and attach on, and then they'll try to attack me through that person. So they'll
Oh.
shift like in a heartbeat and they'll start attacking me and they'll start saying crazy things, things that aren't true.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
crazy. Actually,
yeah. And this is
that might have actually happened to me in my last my last relationship. She
exact.
yeah, she was mean and she was yeah, she just like it's kind of like a bitch. I don't know. It's just I never dated
Right.
a
But it
girl
was
that was so like
strange. Yeah.
and just very controlling and like wanted to do whatever she wanted to do and just had to be in control of everything almost. It's just
Mm,
like
hmm.
I don't know, just
That
but
sucks.
the fact that she was like a hippie girl too, so it's kind of like an oxymoron.
Mm,
It's
right.
like
You're like, oh,
you're
aren't you supposed to be all
you're
love
also
and
like a
light?
spiritual girl and supposed to have some like love and peace, but then you have like the fucking I don't know. But no, you're right.
Right.
We had like so what kind of ended it. I just wanted to have a conversation about something that was missing in our relationship. And I'm
Mm,
craving that again. She's just like I like
hmm.
expressed that to her and she totally flipped. And she's like, "That's it. We're done." I'm like, "Are you serious? I'm just trying to have a conversation with
Mm,
you. I'm trying to fix this." And she's just off and that was it. Again, she might have
right?
had this in mind too, like in general, and she's just trying to get any easy way up. I have no idea. I don't know. I can
You
only
know what I'm
what's
receiving?
going.
I'm receiving, so I just receive messages that come in. And I'm just receiving that like she had three attachments. So she had one type of derm or demon, but she also had two other types of negative attachments that were controlling her life and
Mm,
making her do and say these things. She doesn't know, like she's not consciously aware of this, but it's just a feeling. And then I do see she has trauma, like she actually has two past situations in her life that have caused her to feel a certain way and be triggered in relationships that has to do with her dad mainly. Um, and so, yep.
oh, that's funny you said that because her dad died
Oh,
at a younger age, and then she finds out that her dad was a kind of a sexual rabbit and was having multiple families with multiple people, and then she's got all these
no.
siblings, and she's trying to get to know them now, and she doesn't get along with her mother, and she got married and only for 5 years and doesn't have any kids, and she's
Wow.
9 years older than I am. I'm
Okay.
41, so yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we
So
both look so young for our age.
I
That's
know
cool. That's
it's the
Starseed for you.
it's the Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, so we
I
just
still feel
nailed
like
that
I'm
right
18.
there. Same.
There we go.
So
Cheers.
feels good. Yeah. No, that really sucks for her. And like I feel bad, like because I see her soul as being good, but it's just the attachments that are controlling her life based on her trauma that is the problem. And then that works through that's what's kind of doing a lot of evil on the planet through everyone, not just her, not just my partners. And it happened to me sometimes. Like they've taken control of me before as well. And like I still feel them when they come on. If I have like anxiety or something that day, I might notice, oh, there's an attachment on me. Okay. And then I just clear it because I'm aware of it. If you're aware of it, it's actually quite easy to clear depending
Mhm.
on what it is, but you got to be aware of it and you got to know exactly what it is. You got to call it out for what it is, and then you got to clear it. And so I work with angels, and
Mhm.
Archangel Michael is my main guide, which is so
Okay.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and starseeds usually have angel guides and other guides too, but I noticed that starseeds have angel guides, and not everyone does. There's different types of spirit guides out there depending on what type of being you are, but like, yeah. So that's been really rad, and it makes sense that Archangel Michael is my guide because I've been attacked a lot in my life. I've gone through hell, gone through so much hell.
That's
So,
why you need
you need the
Michael's
big
flame
guns.
sword of fucking dum dum dum. Chop
Exactly.
some fucking heads off.
Right. So he comes in and he chops them up. Like he'll clear rooms for me. And yeah, I get him to he works a lot. He helps me out a lot. Yeah. He works really close to me and he crushes it when I need him. So yeah, he's like always around helping me out. But I also work with a bunch of other angels too. And there's a bunch of unknown angels that just not named because we don't know of them, but I call on them as the unknown angels. And right now I have a team of 555 of them working with me.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy
Got an
because I'm
army.
going through a special mission. Yeah, we got an army and you can call on them. So I just want to let everyone know you can call on these angels. It's not just privy to one person. You don't just have to be a star seed, but you can call on angels to ask for help. And if you don't know which one to call, just ask any unknown angel that's available that wants to help
Yeah.
you and just see how many come and help you because they will. They
It's
just need
fun.
to be asked.
It's funny that is you say that it's like even at the Vatican, they don't like they pray to or call for the help of like saints instead of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like Jesus is like the fifth guy they
Wow.
call upon if anything happens. It's like what? So you
Yeah.
call all these other saints that are like more moderate martyrs or people
Mhm.
who've like sacrificed their lives for the Lord or something. But no, it's
Mhm.
pretty gnarly.
Crazy.
And can you imagine the basement of that place? Like the Vatican? Holy Christ,
Oh
what kind of
God.
crazy shit is down
And
there?
whatever is going on in the tunnels and
Yeah,
everything
in the
that's
tunnels.
connecting everything.
Yes.
I get like I feel horrified by it. I can get little images of like darkness and like rotting smells and like
Oh yeah, for
blood
sure.
and gore and like just ancient old beings that are just feeding on death and those are the images I receive when I think about it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy.
And they also hoarding a bunch of other, I'm sure, relics and stuff like that. But
Well, I was going to say one guy once one priest at the Vatican invented a machine back in the 40s or 50s of this
Mhm.
viewing machine, time machine
Wow,
basically, of like a screen that can like go back and watch dinosaurs to watching Christ being crucified and other shit and walking around. Um,
that's crazy.
yeah, it's very controversial, and again, I
Hmm.
think they were trying to use it for like getting an upper hand on like upcoming events and stuff like that, and like so they would
Hmm.
know first before anybody else because the Lord told them,
Right,
"I've got this magic machine."
right. I want that machine.
But no, it's very interesting. There's a lot of secrets, a lot of craziness, and yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, we need us to talk about it with each other because that's what they don't want. They don't want us to get together and start talking about this. So we
that's
need to
true.
talk about it more.
Yeah. Well, I like the old text. I don't know if you've read the book of Enoch, stuff that
I
was
haven't
taken
read it, but
out
I'm
of.
getting into it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that is gnarly as fuck. No wonder they took it out of the Bible because like there's like it's just two more. It's just so referencing ancient astronauts and that, and people are living up to 300 years old and shit. It's like what?
Yeah.
But no, it's really cool of like flying chariots and I just love those stories of like physical interaction with the angels and humans and making
Right.
giants, creating giants on Earth. And
Hmm.
that's why the flood happened because God was like, hell no, we're not gonna have this ratchet ass Earth having these crazy ass giants warring with
Right.
humans
The
and other
Nephilim.
things on there. The Nephilim, yeah. And
Yeah.
the fact
I
that
find those
like
attachments on people.
right.
I do.
But again, it's like it shows that we're more like these angels than we think we are. You know what I'm saying? With like if they're like mating it with us, like physically, we have to have
Mhm.
the same things going on.
Yeah,
It
there's
probably the
certain
looks
different
too. If
flavors
a
of meat.
woman's gonna be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
you looking hot," look at your blonde hair and blue eyes and muscles and a little shine behind your head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no,
Races extend out to the universe, not just on this planet. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Steve Jobs.
I was gonna relate to that story because there must be a breeding program, obviously, with different races
Hmm.
and throughout the times on Earth, what's happening. But no, there's a guy named that I had on my show named Peter Curry, and he's famous. I don't know if you know who he is. Out in
Heard of him
Australia.
through you talking about him.
You heard me talk about him before?
From the light language podcast that you did
Oh, then
with
I
the
won't talk
Australian
about it.
lady. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. So like Peter Curry's story, like the fact that he had physical evidence after this sexual encounter with a blonde made it sound like an angel,
Right.
basically, he was mating with.
Right.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
comes back that this hair had a bunch of like crazy human DNA, like the Chinese to Mongoloids to fucking Neanderthals to fucking weird ass shit. But the fact that it's white didn't need much light for where it came from and shit. So it's like, huh,
Wild.
very wild. So yeah,
Wow.
it makes it like seem like, and I love the Bible being more like a record of UFO accounts because it's like thousands of hundreds of people must have seen and viewed Jesus doing sorts of things or getting crucified or other
Mhm.
magical events that happened, like Jonah and the whale, right? Getting swallowed up by a whale and getting living in there for 3 days, and then
Yeah.
even Jonah describes inside the whale that the whale's ribs were shining gold. So it's in the
Wow.
fact that he's breathing and he's alive inside of a whale.
Right. It's like
Shit.
my mind explodes thinking about all this. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, seriously. Then he gets spit up. So it's a USO. You know, how many UFOs are coming out of
Mm.
the ocean all the time. There's bases down there all the time. And
Hmm. Hmm.
there's other species that are coming from different planets here. Show you.
Yes.
I'm gonna show you this book. This is an
Okay.
awesome book.
We got
You should.
UFO contact from planet Iarga.
I heard,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm Iarga.
Yes, yeah,
I'd like to get this book.
from Wendell Stevens wrote this book. So this is a
Oh,
real case that happened in Holland, and it
okay.
was the guy, the contactee is Stefan Dundarity, and he is famous in Holland for being an inventor of some sort. I don't know what he invents, like
Whoa.
futuristic tables or I don't know what the hell. But anyways, he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
So it's another
Okay.
reason why this guy didn't really need to make up a story to like get money or anything. Anyways,
Mm.
he was not the only one that witnessed this. It was his whole family that witnessed this. So anyways, him and
Oh.
his family, his two daughters, his son and wife, they're teenagers, the kids, and they're on this like jacque or this like small sailing boat one person can sail. The family could still be in it, whatever. Anyways,
Mm.
they're on the ocean, and uh, Dundarity hits something in the water in the clear channel, and he looks over and he sees a body face down, and he's like, his
Oh.
first reaction is like, "Oh my God, I must have hit this guy." And he flies over the railings and
Oh.
grabs this guy, and he knows he's in this suit with a helmet, a round helmet,
Whoa.
and where his face would be is a blue glow. There's this glowing
Whoa.
shine, nothing there but this blue light. And he's like, "Oh my
Okay.
God, what is this?" And he picks it up, and the family helps him get him on board. And then this UFO comes out of the water, just the top of the UFO, and then the
Whoa.
door opens, and another creature in the same suit comes out and like jumps aboard their boat, and everybody on the other side is screaming and crying. You
I
know?
would be freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So the alien picks up his unconscious buddy and throws him over his shoulder, and when he gets back to the UFO, he waves back to the family, "Thank you." And then the
Oh,
UFO goes back underwater, and the family
wow.
just was so freaked out they just like stayed in the water, just kind of like didn't want to move, and like
Hmm.
scared as shit,
They're in shock.
shock, right?
Yeah. They were like,
Until the
what just happened?
morning, the fucking UFO comes out again, and
God, they're
it
still there.
tops up. Yeah, they're still there. And then this creature comes out and there's waves Dendarity, and I think telepathically said, "I'd like to talk to you. I want to thank you again. I want to, if you had any questions for us." See, then Derry goes
Wow.
up on their fucking UFO and goes inside, and this guy has like an iPad. What they describe in here is like describes just like an iPad does. So like
Okay.
Dundarity starts like railing off questions about everything about where they came from, their home, what's their home planet like, and
Wow.
why they're here in the first place, and la da da
Hmm.
da da. So, um,
Wow. This
yeah,
is crazy fascinating.
yeah, the fact that it's kind of like a horse face, kind of.
Yeah, it does.
They're very aquatic. They're wherever they came from, they had
Mm.
much of water and they farmed water animals and stuff like that. And their cities are beautiful too. Like they has like real detail.
Wow.
Um, I can find some pictures in here.
Wow. I want to have an experience like this where it's like in person. And I've been
Yes.
asking for this. I've been
Yes.
like, so I'm a Pleiadian starseed
Oh,
currently.
cool.
So yeah.
Yes, I
And
know that.
you know that
I
in
know the
and
Pleiadians. I know what
makes
those are.
sense. Yeah, it makes sense because I came here to help people optimize their health and teach them how to actually live, how to take care of yourself here, how to protect yourself from the evil and, get through it and survive another day. And then through my own experience, I witnessed that. But like, yeah, so I did have my own UFO experience.
Hmm. Okay. Let's hear
And
it.
this was during the pandemic. And I was like laying in bed, looking out the window, and I just saw like three lights. They were like in a triangle shape. There was like one
Mm.
on top and then two on the bottom.
Yep.
I can't remember what they were different colors. Like one was red, maybe one was blue, maybe one was like green. I forget what they were exactly, but I know one was red for sure, and I know there was a blue one. But they like this thing did not look like an airplane. It didn't look like anything. And the
No.
configuration made no sense to me. And the way it moved was the key because it was far away. Like you could, it's just like lights in the sky far away,
Sure.
and then it would just like go like this. It would just like move
Oh yeah.
across the sky for like a second, and then it would move
Oh
over here
yeah.
and it would move back.
Oh yeah.
And I
That's
was
it.
like,
Yeah.
whoa, what was that? And I was freaking out. I was like, I was calling my friend. I'm like, do you like look in the sky right now? Like, do you see what I'm seeing? Like, I don't want to be alone on this. Like, can someone else verify what I'm looking at? But no one could because he was living in like somewhere else, another house somewhere else. He wasn't able to see
So
it, what I was
where'd you
seeing.
see this? What in
In
Canada or
Vancouver. Yeah,
okay?
so in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And like I'm pretty much in the city, like just a little bit outside of the actual like downtown, but I'm in the Vancouver city. Um, and yeah, that's where I am right now in my house. And
Mhm.
so yeah, this was just like in my bedroom in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And there's a lot of sightings, I think, out here too.
There's
I've
tons.
heard, right?
You know,
Yeah.
there's a famous case that I absolutely love. God, I can't remember his name. Took place not too far. I know it's like north of Wisconsin in Canada.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Um, Let me see. I have a picture of this
Yeah.
guy. Mm, might not. But this guy actually left with physical evidence. So he was out in the woods looking for rocks. He's like a rock collector of some sort, gems
Wow.
and stuff like that. And he's like he brings his hammer, he cracks them open and stuff like that.
Nice.
So he's out by himself and he's out there and he comes to like a clearing area and he says from afar he sees these like flying saucers in the sky, two of them. He's like, "Whoa, what this fuck?" He's just watching in the sky, and then one tips off, and the other one comes and lands on the ground. He's like, "Whoa!"
Wow.
He said he just watched from a distance for a while, and he just like sat on a log and watched it just sit there. And he grabbed a piece of paper that he had too and a pencil and started drawing what he was seeing. And he said there was
Wow.
like a vent. He noticed there's like an extinct or a very visible vent on the UFO.
Okay.
It might have been like an
Okay.
exhaust of some sort or whatever the fuck. So
Right.
he uh he thought, all right, maybe inch closer and closer, see if it like wouldn't just jet off if he did. But yeah, he got so close where he can like touch it. So he went and touched it with his
Wow.
glove, and it
Okay.
said his glove. It's like it was red hot. It was just like, whoa, snap!
Oh,
The
yeah,
ship was
like
as
touching
hot
the
as fuck.
exhaust.
Well,
Crazy.
no, just the UFO itself. Like he was trying to
Right.
just
Like the
touch
whole
it.
thing was just hot.
It was just hot. Yeah, it was just.
That's amazing.
It was like it doesn't look like it would be hot, but it was just hot. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
anyways,
yeah.
after a while, he said the UFO started rotating, and he started step back a little bit, and then the vent kind of like lined up with his chest, and it went and blew him back, and it lit his clothes on fire. So he's like ripping off his
What?
clothes,
Oh my
and
God.
he's burnt to shit, and then he had these
Oh,
uh
brutal.
circles, probably it was like nine, I think. So there's one, two, I think six or nine. I can't remember. But it
Wow.
was like a grill
Okay.
shaped on his chest, like
Holy.
of the holes of the grill, right? And check this
Oh,
out, like the
insane.
wounds would go away and then come back, like
What?
reappear.
Like how, like
Like
often? Like more
yeah,
than
like
once?
more than once.
What?
Yeah, he's just like this weird phenomenon, and I think he got some
That's,
radiation poisoning too. I think they talked about
that
some
makes
other weird
sense.
shit, but like weird. How is that like
How is
wound?
that possible?
Yeah,
Right.
right. You should look up
That
that
makes
case in you should look up that case in Canada. Just
okay.
Google
I need to look
man
up more of this.
Canada
Yeah.
hit with the vent.
Okay. Man hit with a UFO vent. Wow.
It'll pop up.
Yeah, you're
Actually,
opening my mind right now.
there's actually tons of pictures of him sitting in the hospital. I have that book too. God damn it.
Oh,
I wish I had
okay.
the damn pictures. I erased them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Darn. Oh my gosh. That's no, that's wild. Like I
Oh,
I
I
don't
got
want
it.
to have any of those kind of oh yes. Okay, good. Let's see
Yes.
it.
There we go.
I definitely don't want to have bad experiences with
I got him. I
aliens,
got him.
but
So we know
I
what we're talking
definitely want
about.
to oh my gosh. That's
Look at that
wild.
motherfucker.
Yeah, that's
That's when it
that looks
first happened
legit.
and he was in the hospital.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
And then there's him again.
Yep. That's wild.
And this is the ship that he sketched right before he went up to and touched it.
Wow. And that's like the
Right?
vent there. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks legit.
That's
Oh my
legit.
God. That's legit.
That's the
That's
key. I
wild.
love these type of stories when they come back with physical evidence.
Yeah.
Is the best because I don't know if you need one of my favorite stories. I'll always will tell it because it's the best. And my cabin in Eagle River is only 5 minutes where the incident happened.
Oh my gosh.
So this is
Okay.
back in 1961 with Joe Simonton, and he was once a police officer and a professional boxer. But anyways, he's an animal lover, and he has this little cabin out in the woods of Eagle River, Wisconsin.
Nice.
So he was eating lunch in his kitchen, and he happened to look out the window, and there was a flying saucer coming down like an elevator. And he's like, "What the
Whoa.
fuck is that?" So he comes out running out, and then this latch opens up, and he sees a man, like 5'5" tall, wearing a blue tight jumpsuit. He looked like he had like olive skin. He thought he was an Italian dude. He's like, "Whoa, what the hell is this?" And this guy comes out and was holding an empty jug, and he was motioning for water. And Joe is still trying to get a conversation going. Like, who are you? What is this? Like, and the guy was just like, and Joe said he had very penetrating eyes where Joe couldn't really look at the guy straight in the face. Like, he's okay, all right, I'll get you the water. And when he grabbed the jug, he was looking for any signas or numbers or anything that, like, what is it? But it was like weird shape. And he was trying to think what it was made out of. Anyways,
Mm.
he fetched the water and he gives it to the guy, and he's still trying to get a conversation. And he happens to peek inside the UFO, and he sees there's two other guys dressed the same as the
Wow.
guy he's trying to talk to, and they're over
Wow.
this flat, flameless grill, and they were cooking these like pancakes. And they're
Interesting.
like very small wafer like pancakes. And Joe's like, "What are these guys doing? You guys cooking
They're
something?
just on a
You
camping
eating?"
trip.
And then yeah, right. And Joe, Joe actually got a few of these pancakes for the exchange for the water. So he got four of them, and he said he took. Actually, I got a picture of it. Yeah,
Oh my God, this is so cool. I'm
it's
having
the
a great time.
actual the pet.
Whoa. And he kept it forever. Yeah, that's what
He
I would
kept
do.
one of them forever until he died.
The
But
other
he
one.
gave the other ones to scientists and other researchers,
Oh, got
and
it.
they found out that they were regular buckwheat pancakes, but
Huh.
they didn't have any trace of salt. And that is impossible because everything organic on Earth has a trace of salt because of the oceans. Even us and our
Oh,
bodies have salt. So the
interesting.
fact that
Wow.
these did not have salt whatsoever made off planet doesn't mean that buckwheat could have
Wow.
been, you know, on some ship or even growing on some other planet
Hmm.
because we always look for water and trees on other planets for life and shit, you know?
Right, right,
So,
right, right.
and guess
That's
what? Now
fascinating.
you think about this, and I can't put this together in my own mind. How do you think, this is my own connection, but how do you think communion got started? Does that not sound like a communion
Mm.
exchange? Like
Mhm.
the
Nice. Yeah.
water, and then you get these wafer things. Like,
Right?
could this been
That's
happening
so
throughout
dumb.
history? That like, 'cause how like no rhyme or reason that these extraterrestrials had to do that besides get some water, and they could have done that anywhere. You know what
Fair.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? We go to a river, go to
Amazing.
a fresh spring, you know? Uh,
That's
unless
wild.
it was some
Oh my God.
teenager extraterrestrials, we're like, we're gonna fuck with this guy real hard. We're not even gonna talk to him. We're just gonna have him this, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give him some fucking fucked up pancakes at the end of it. And he's just gonna be standing there like, what the fuck? So yeah,
That's so crazy.
Joe wrote a book about his experience and had others talk to him. The BBC came and talked to him. He's been in other documentaries and stuff. But yeah, just a very
Wow.
uh peculiar story and it's relatable.
Wow.
And again like how I see it through like how other rituals through religion get their starts in general. And like that seems like if that extraterrestrial race is doing that all around the world or where the fuck,
Hmm. Hmm.
someone might have took it. Those some angels gave us some bread.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow,
that's
that's amazing. The only experiences I have with aliens are telepathic, and
huh,
they do communicate regularly with me, and I can connect to any of them.
yeah.
Um, yeah, and that it's 555 here, by the way. Yeah, so that I've been doing often with the Pleiadians, the Arcturians. I mainly like talk with, and I can ask them questions. I'm getting better at trance channeling too, where they can come in, they just talk through me,
Oh,
which is
cool.
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I do light language too, so when I do my
I was
healings,
gonna
they
ask you
come.
if you do light language.
I do. I do. That came on spontaneously one day. I was in a breathwork shamanic session with a bunch of people, and it was the coolest experience because it was like it is like my throat just choked it out. It was like I was laying there doing this breathwork thing. Next thing you know, I'm just going off in this other language, and everyone's witnessing it because everyone
Oh,
in the
cool.
space, no, this is not happening to anyone else. Everyone else is having, they're crying, they're like healing trauma, and like everything's happening. But I'm
You're
the
like,
only one that's like,
whatever.
I was like, Pleiadians are coming through, and they came through hard, and they were giving instructions to everyone in the room. They
Oh,
started to
cool.
heal people in the room. They were like, we're going to help heal everyone, and they were also pleading for people to listen to them and me. It was like this crazy experience, so I can understand basically what they're trying to say, but I don't quite understand the language, but it's telepathic at the same time, so I can
Hmm.
like understand the like the basic of what they're trying to get across. But it was wild because I didn't really have control of my throat, but I let it go. Like I was able to just
That's
let it
so
go
cool.
and allow it. And I was like fascinated, and I wasn't going to get out of the way. But then there was people like doing this, they were like shaking, like rattles on me and like with the feathers, and they were doing the like sage on me. I remembered that, like it's almost like they were trying to stop it or something, or
Really?
like calm it down. They're like, what's going on with her? Ah,
You're supposed to
stop
be
it.
crying.
Yeah, stop. And yeah, one of the ladies was like, "You're not supposed to heal other people. Don't heal other people." And I'm like, I wasn't doing anything. It was them. I was like, I couldn't control it. It was crazy experience. Um, but
She's like,
yeah,
you're clear. You cured her blindness. That's
yeah,
not
stop.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
stop.
stop,
Yeah.
stop healing people. This is not your workshop.
Weird. Well,
It
people,
was weird.
I know,
Attachments.
once you get
Attachments trying to
into,
stop them.
yeah, well, there's people who are so egotistical and like in these workshops where they think they're like the only hot shit in this field. And it's
Right.
like there's a lot of people who are opening up to this stuff, and there's not you're not the only person that can wield this magic too. So it's like
Right.
that's why I hate where there's people who think they're this the shit and they have these like big egos, and then like again, like I feel like maybe that
Mhm.
person too is like, hey, she's stealing my shine.
Pretty much. That's what I felt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
fuck that.
yeah, one of them was cool. One was really cool. The other one was more like kind of feeling. But at the same time, I can see that she had an attachment on her that was stopping her. Like
Uh,
that attachment wanted me to shut up. She didn't
uh,
necessarily want me to shut up, it was just the attachment, and it was a reptilian. And so looking back now, because at the time I that was when I was first waking up. That was that when I started doing light language is like wow. And then I went from that workshop to like, okay, now I'm going into a medium workshop, and I want to figure out what that's about. And that's when I discovered I had a being. This was just like a being that had passed on, that came in and wanted to tell someone else in the group that they were there, like someone they were related to that was physically in the group.
hmm.
That was when I first realized, oh, I'm a medium. This is cool. And so that was like the progression of workshops. And then I stopped going to workshops, and I just started doing stuff on my own. But yeah, looking back, I go back and I think of all the things in my life that happened when I didn't realize what it was. And so I'm asking my angel guides, or I'm asking beings, like, what was that? Who was that? What happened there? And I can see, like, yeah, that being did not want me to be healing people in that workshop. Yeah, because they see your power and they want to stop you. So yeah, yeah. I help people now clear that shit out of the way so that they can become their powerful self. They can rise up to the occasion. And we do that in several ways So I can see chronic illness in people. I can see
Oh yeah.
levels of toxicity. I can see viruses. I can see chronic illness labels, as the medical system would label you, as
Oh
if
wow.
they were, and I can find things before they develop into severe conditions that people would then be diagnosed with later.
Oh wow.
Um, and my most profound, I mean, they're all, every single experience is profound, but I specialize in this. And it makes sense because I'm here to help people optimize their health. And at the same time, I went through that shit. So,
Right.
like, it makes sense that I went through all this shit. So now I can help people on this level. Um,
That's
yeah.
cool
And
though.
so, yeah. So I have a really specific purpose with it. And it's really cool. But it is spirit of compassion that I do channel in that information. So I can tell the difference between who and what is coming in and what they want to do and why they're here. And so, yeah, I work with a whole team of people and or
Huh.
people, I say people, but beings, and I'll just call them people. It feels like it. They're all my
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
But yeah. So my most profound I find is the cancer. When I find cancer in somebody, I always find it super profound because I've had so many people come back to me and be like, "Yep, you were right. I had cancer." Or like I have people that still don't believe me to this day that they have cancer, and I'm receiving they still do, and it's developing worse. It's just fascinating and sad. It's sad, but also fascinating to get the doctor to say, "Yeah, you're right." And it's like mind blown. And so, yeah, then I was like, okay, I'm doing this. And then we're just going to keep doing this. So I can find levels of autism. So I can find cancer before a doctor does. There's experience where one of my friends actually had some shoulder pain and he was like, oh, you want to do a reading on me and figure out what it is? And I did. And I found cancer. And it wasn't in his shoulder, it was somewhere else, but it's all connected because it was viral. And he was like, okay, I go, I don't know, go tested. Like, don't believe me, just go get tested and figure it out. And but then I receive protocols to reverse it. So I don't just find things in people. I receive exact protocols to reverse everything with diet changes.
Mm.
And so that's the profoundness of it all. And then yeah, unfortunately, he went to the doctor and they didn't find anything. And so I don't think he took that seriously. And then about 7 months later, he called me up and said, hey, you were right.
Mm.
They found a tumor now. It's big, and now I need chemo. And that was really sad moment. And also, it shows a lot about like the power that star seeds hold and the power that we have, and what the medical system doesn't have. It's like the medical system's tests are often faulty, and they don't find things until late. Um,
I have a good thing this I mean I like to say this about the medical field in general.
mhm,
Medicine and is not a like medicine is not a science. It's an art. And I can only imagine there's only 2% of people in this world that know how to do the art, and everything else is a guessing game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's just kind of
Hmm.
scary. And that's like, and that's like, you can, there's some doctors who admit that. Like, I only know if he's like, I'm guessing like,
Yeah.
I only know 50% of what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is this?
Right?
Yeah, and then we're spending so much
Yeah,
money.
it's scary.
Our healthcare system is so fucked. I don't know why we can't adapt something
Yeah.
like what Europeans are doing. Canada is doing.
Yeah.
Here's a great example. Like,
Yeah.
if you're in
Hmm.
Canada and there's a guy in America that have the same accident, like both the guys in Canada get, or one guy in Canada gets all five of his fingers chopped off, and the guy in
Hmm.
America gets all the fingers chopped off. In
Hmm.
Canada, they don't even ask any questions. Just sew your fingers right back on. But we would have
Right.
to choose what fucking finger we could afford to put back in our hand, but they're very capable of putting
Right.
fucking fingers back together. That's the most maddening, fucked up shit I've ever heard.
It's
It's
frightening
like,
to me. That's
that's
frightening.
frightening. Fuck that
Yeah.
shit. Uh,
Yeah.
uh.
And then also in Canada, I've noticed because I've been through the Canadian system myself, I've been through the medical system myself. I used to take all kinds of pills and stuff like that, and all being sick all the time. They really failed me there. They really, really failed me.
The-
Yeah. So like, okay, the system, yes, it's mostly free, but at the same time, they don't like. Okay, I broke and dislocated my arm just a few years ago during the pandemic again, snowboarding. Some guy hit me from behind off a jump, and it
Oh
was
God.
violent, and it was the worst experience I've ever had. Well, one of them. I've had many, but that one was particularly the worst because I'm an aerialist and I'm like
Yeah.
climbing silks. I couldn't train. I could have had yeah, it's just crazy what I could have done if that didn't happen. But so anyways, I remember going to the hospital and I just remember like first of all, it took them like 5 hours to get me to the hospital. And I was
Oh my
30 minutes from
God.
the hospital. Yeah.
What?
So it's not a great system. Like it's
Like,
not a super
we
great
had to go to
system. And
McDonald's,
yeah, no,
get
they
some
were like, we
human
don't have
meat
enough
first.
ambulances. They're like, yeah, the ambulance is probably not going to come. We don't have enough ambulances. So, and then like,
Ambulances.
um, yeah, because
Everybody's getting
yeah,
hurt in Canada because everybody's getting
yeah.
free.
Well, in Vancouver, actually,
Jesus Christ.
it's really fucked up. In Vancouver, there's a lot of people ODing on drugs. And the
Really?
main focus in Vancouver is like people on the streets that are dying from drugs. There's like always like all the ambulances are downtown, like going from like OD to OD and like yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. There's a lot more than that, but that's a big problem here. They even legalized drugs at one point, and then they just took that way, but they legalized all drugs. They were like, you can do
Damn.
coke in the street, you can do crack in the street, sure, take some heroin. They have places. The government's paying for people to go to these places and shoot up. Like it's insane. Um,
Wow.
yeah, no, that's it's so crazy. So yeah, Canada could be cool, but it's not because it's making
It's the
everything
new
worse.
Amsterdam.
Yeah, and then it's shortages of other people that need help and like yeah, so and I got to the hospital and they basically just like they left me in a hallway for a while. They gave me some gas. And then they put morphine in me and they went to put my arm back, but they didn't like carefully put like they didn't think like, oh, let's make sure it's perfectly in the back in alignment. Let's make sure. No, they're just like they put it back. They were really she I did have a good doctor, like she did do a good job with like the experience of putting it back because it's extremely painful.
Yeah.
Um, but like my arm was screwed and then there was no health care for me to like rehab my arm.
Mm,
It's just like basic, you know? It's like, and then they'll
sure.
give you pills. They'll give you some drugs and give you pills all day long. Sure, you just go make up an issue you have and you'll go get some drugs for free or whatever. Like that happens, you know, in Canada too. But I honestly, I just haven't had really good experiences myself with doctors. And I do know a lot of people that go and still pay private for better healthcare.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're the one that healed yourself. So fuck.
I mean, yeah.
Shit. What the fuck?
I mean, I did a better job at it. Yeah, like, and then I also have rehabbed my arm back to normal,
Oh,
so I can
good.
do all the things that I used to do, and I did that all
Good,
on my
good,
own too. I did have
good.
some physio help for about 6 months, but then I just learned what he was doing, and then I just brought. I'm an exercise therapist too, so I kind of put it all together. I became an exercise therapist actually after that experience.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
could put it all together myself, and I just want to just keep taking care of myself and others, and so yeah, it's really fun like that. But now that I have spirit telling me what to do, I don't even have to think about it. I just channel it. So he'll give me all the programs and I'll just be like, okay, what do I do next for this 3 months and this for this next 3 months? And so we've been doing, I think I'm on month 9 now of my gym program. It's been really exciting and yeah, lots of really cool like, things are happening in my body that I've never had that experience with before, like how I feel more faster recovery. I'm stronger. I'm able to do more than I've ever been able to do in my life in my 40s. Basically because I'm not overtraining, I'm not undertraining, I'm not guessing. Everything is just divinely handed to me. So the who's a better doctor than spirit?
True that. Yeah, no,
Amazing.
my most like traumatic besides my encephalitis that I had, but I had I broke my arm, double compound fracture through the skin when I was
Oh,
at the skate park. I used to do like vert back in the day. And I told this motherfucker, this kid kept on going in front of me, going in front of people dropping into the half pipes and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
mm.
he's that's what happened. I was about to run into the kid when I was dropping in, and I just fell backwards, and I heard the humongous snap. And I look at my
Oh,
arm, and there's blood squirting out of my arm with two jagged bones, and
wow.
my ass was like in shock mode where I just try to push my bones back into my body.
Oh,
Everybody's like, "Don't touch him!
oh
Don't
my
touch
God,
us!"
no way you were doing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, you're in shock, and
yeah. You're
there's no
just like, put it
pain.
back.
It's amazing
The
what shock
time.
can do. Oh
Right.
my God,
It's
it's like
true.
instant morphine. Until the
Yeah.
shock goes away, and it's like,
That was
holy
my
Christ.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Hmm.
remember sitting in a pool of blood, and that was pretty gnarly. And then they got an ambulance for
Crazy.
me, and then I remember when I got to the hospital, they put my arm looked like a fucking pretzel. He fucking
Right.
put my arms in those metal finger traps, and the doctor's like, "Look
Oh.
away," and he like pulls down my arm, and the bone slides back into my arm. And this big shot of blood goes across the the bed, and I just puke all over myself.
Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that they did that for you. That's
It was the most
crazy though.
pukiest, bloodiest shit I ever. Oh God,
Oh
that's my story.
man. Well, that's a crazy story. It
Yeah.
sounds like we both had some crazy stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have to pay for that though? Was that a costly thing?
Yeah, I'm guessing so for my parents. I was
Right.
a teenager.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what sucks though. Like that's why I'm grateful that we have these emergency services. I'm just saying like they could be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be better. But
Yeah.
yeah, but
No.
it's better than nothing, right? So there's levels to this. But I think it was is it Sweden that has like the best healthcare? I forget, but
Yeah.
somewhere has like really really beautiful healthcare.
You know, Switzerland legalized the suicide pods. You see that?
Oh no. Oh my
So
gosh.
for 20 bucks, you can kill yourself by like,
20 bucks?
yeah, 20 bucks.
What?
And then the pods actually look really futuristic, like real like you get
Wow.
privacy, and then I guess there's a countdown where they give you like this poisonous gas and just kill you within like a few seconds.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I wonder
Well,
how popular those are. Maybe
seriously,
they should show up in Japan or something like that.
I think it's
People jump,
sad. Oh my God.
people jumping off
Oh my
rooftops
God.
in Japan.
Gosh. But this is what's sad too, is like in Canada, they also have this system. I think it's called the MAID system. I could be wrong, but it's something like that where they are
Assisted suicide.
doing the same thing. Yeah, not the
Yeah.
pods, but I guess it's different. Yeah. But there's so many people in the world that don't they if they knew the information that I'm offering people and what I've experienced and what medical medium Anthony William is giving out to the world, which already millions of people know about. But if we all knew about the fact that we could reverse chronic illnesses, because a lot of these people that are like, they're just manic depressive, or they have autism, or they have like ALS, or they have some kind of like chronic pain, stuff that they're just like they can't live with themselves, or it could just be they have diabetes and they're just sad,
Hmm.
and like there's all kinds of reasons that are reversible. Like all these chronic illnesses are reversible. They're not a life sentence. Like they're not a death sentence. You can reverse ALS, you can reverse cancer, you can reverse schizophrenia, bipolar, autism. You can reverse all these autoimmune diseases and conditions, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. These are now varying degrees of what you have to be really disciplined to reverse it because it's a big job, and it can be costly.
Like Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Well, it's like expensive for supplements and food, and you got to like pay for
Yeah,
organic stuff. You have to be really careful. You can't just go to the restaurants and eat
right.
whatever you want. But yeah, if you can do all of that, like it's possible. And it is
Yeah,
there. I do try to make it as easy as possible on people with spirit with my protocols. But yeah, like we don't have to be committing suicide. Like
yeah.
it's almost like they want us to do that. Like they're once again, they're just like Depop, that's their goal. And so they're between the vaccine or jabs, whatever you want to call them, and like the suicide assisted suicides, like it's so obvious to me like what's going on here. And it doesn't have to be that way. So I want everyone to know that you can reverse these things and you don't need to kill yourself.
Yes, true that.
Hmm.
That's a good thing to say on that note.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I was
Let's
gonna
do
ask,
second life review.
I was, I was gonna ask you if we're gonna roll it up here because I'm a little hungry. But I was gonna say,
Yeah, for sure. Me too.
I was gonna say, can do you have like a website or do you have a YouTube channel or anything where my audience can find you?
Yes, I have a website. It's brainiacwellness.com, BRAINIACWELLNESS.com, Brainiac Wellness. You can apply to work with me. I am going to
Oh, cool.
be offering more things in the future. Yeah, I do. I'm very picky with who I work with. I do one-on-ones. But you can get readings, you can get medical readings, you can get protocols, you can get regular readings, you can get healing sessions with me. I will be offering workshops and programs in the future, just one thing at a time. It's just me right now. I need to hire someone to help me out. Um, and yeah, and I did just start a YouTube channel. and it is Brainiac Wellness. It might be Brainiac Wellness 144, I think. And then there's yeah, I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram a little bit and TikTok a little bit. And I need to put more content out there. So yeah,
I think you
this
need
will
to
be
because I'm helping to get your name out there.
yes,
So I
please.
think you're
Yeah.
very
And
important, especially if you're have all these capabilities. I think a lot of people want to
mhm.
seek you out for that. So yeah, I'd love to like be a
Yeah.
promoter for you here to get your get these people
Please.
on their wellness. Yeah, this is
It's
awesome.
time.
It
It's
is
time. I
time.
used to be a
Time to
bit
wake up.
afraid. Yeah, it's time to wake up. Like I used to be a little bit nervous. Like I was like afraid to put myself out there, afraid of my own power. But now I'm just like, no, we need to help people now. We need to get this show on the road.
Do it.
So here we are.
Here we are. That's awesome. Well, that's so awesome. Well, hey, Lindsay, can you stay with me for 2 more
Yeah,
minutes?